Hello everyone, welcome to Weekly Cooking with Becky. I am bringing you a wonderful meal tonight. I'm very excited about it. It is called low carb crack chicken casserole. There's a reason they call it crack. If you guys have ever had a Mississippi crack roast, you know that they're amazing. So is this, but with chicken. Now what I'm gonna say is I am gonna drop the link below, but I do the recipe with a twist. So mine is more low carb, less keto. So the recipe that I'm going to be posting is definitely keto friendly, definitely low carb friendly, but low carbers would need to make, or keto would need to make a vegetable on the side. I'm going to incorporate the vegetable into the dish because I want to serve it like a casserole and I only want one pan cleanup. So a few little tweaks for us. And of course it is whole food, paleo, diabetic friendly, all of my categories that I do weekly because we are all about healthy living here. So let me get started with you. I am gonna aim the camera down onto, well, let me explain to you my cheats. So the recipe calls for 2 cups of cooked chicken. I don't know about you, but I work all day and the last thing I wanna do is come home and cook chicken before I have to bake. So I went to the store and bought a rotisserie, already baked, already nice and warm. I came home, let it sit for a little while so my fingers could touch it, and I literally I pulled it apart, shredded up 2 cups, put it in my 8x8 pan, and then the remainder, which is probably another 2 cups, is in a container in the fridge for salad toppings for the rest of the week. So don't pre-cook, like make this meal fast. If you can, make this meal fast. And then in the recipe, it'll call for bacon. I am taking out the bacon and subbing in broccoli, which is super high fiber, which is really good for your body, and keto friendly, low carb friendly, and it counts as my vegetable, so I don't have to worry about making something on the side. It's one pot cooking. I'm gonna go over the calorie and carb counts for the way I do it. And then just know that the carb count's going to be pretty much the same, but if you want to do the recipe with the bacon and pull out the veggie and then it's a pure meat recipe, just know that your calorie count will go up. So let me get started and then let me show you here what I've already done. So this is a prepared 8x8 pan. And what I've done is I've taken 2 cups of the rotisserie pre-bought chicken and I just shredded it up and dumped it in. This is the point where if you want to follow the recipe, you would put the bacon on top, but I don't want to follow the recipe because I don't want to do any more cooking. So you want to have already steamed broccoli, but like I said, no more cooking. So I am using a steamable bag. And I've already steamed it. You don't want fresh cut because you do not want it to be too crispy. You want that soft broccoli taste. Now, in the recipe, I did the calorie count for 1 bag, but that's not enough vegetables. So I'm technically doing 2, so we all get a full serving of vegetables when we cook. So if you want to add, I'm looking at the calorie count by 4, 30 divided by 4. So if you want to add like 7 calories, there's not much, guys. If you want to add 7 calories and do 2 bags, I mean, that's literally all you're adding is 7 calories. And that's what I'm doing is 2 bags. So you will see, now I've got my veggies. I don't even need to think about it. Now at this point, what you do is you add the cheese first. Normally cheese is your last layer. It calls for 1 cup of shredded cheddar. Look at my cheese. It don't look like cheddar. I came home and I was not going back to the store. I had Colby Jack. It's gonna be fine. And cheese is a 0 on your carb anyways. So I'm just gonna pour it on top. We all like our cheese in our casseroles. And then, of course, what makes it crack is this. In that bowl, I have 4 eggs, a 1/2 cup of heavy cream, and a 1/2 cup of prepared ranch dressing. AKA, I poured a 1/2 cup from my Hidden Valley Ranch container because Hidden Valley Ranch is keto and low carb friendly. So I didn't actually make homemade ranch dressing, guys. I just I just poured it right out of the bottle and measured out a half a cup. Look at that, guys. That is it. Notice how fast my prep was today. That was it. And I will tell you, before I put it in the oven, let me come back to me and I gotta back up. I will tell you it took me like 3 minutes to pull apart the chicken, and the microwave bag, isn't it like 6 bags for broccoli? So it goes into a 350 oven for 30 to 35 minutes. Since this is already steamed and hot, I'm just gonna tell you, even though it says 30, back it to 20, because you don't want your broccoli to get overly done. Back it to 20, check the middle, because my chicken's already warm and my broccoli's warm. Now, if you're doing this with pure cold ingredients, yes, back it to 20, and then go to your desired golden on your cheese and desired crispy firmness on your broccoli and your chicken. So, and you've heard me say week after week, I will always undercook everything for the mere fact that I don't want it to burn, and I can always add more time. It's kind of like cutting your hair. You can always shorten it little by little, but if you go too much, it's too short. So, and I'm saying that with ridiculously short hair. So, I am going to post, sorry about that, I am going to post the link for you guys in the comment below, in the description below, sorry. And it is a 5-star rating review, and it is 100% low carb, 100% keto, 100% paleo, diabetic, whole food friendly, everything. I just made the tweak and went easier on, instead of making 2 cups of cooked chicken, I just bought a rotisserie chicken, and I took the bacon out because it's 2 types of meat, and I put broccoli in, so that way you just saw it's 1 pan, because the broccoli is from a bag that's going in the trash can. Okay, I tried to be easy, and it's still nice and healthy. So here's the deal, it's an 8x8 pan, and so 2 cups of cooked chicken. I'm going to tell it to you my way. If you want to see the other way, check that description. For me, 2 bags of the broccoli florets steamed first, so that they're already tender and you don't have to worry about it. 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese is what it called for. Use whatever cheese you like. Sharp cheddar. I'm using Colby Jack. It's still a 0 carb, so use whatever cheese you like. 4 eggs, a half a cup of heavy cream, and a half a cup of prepared ranch dressing. Please make sure that your dressing is either low carb or keto approved, which means it is under 2 grams of carbs per serving, and Hidden Valley comes in at 1. So we got that. You're gonna choose an 8x8 or 11x7 pan. The recipe says that it makes 6 servings. But at 6 servings, I'll tell you the calorie count. At 6 servings, sorry, tongue twisted, it's 383 calories. So that's a very low calorie meal. 383 calories with my recipe. It'll be, like I said, higher calories if you take out the broccoli and you put the bacon in. And 7 grams of total carbs, but remember you get to subtract the fiber in the broccoli, which brings it down to 2 grams of net carbs. So if you're calorie counting, 383. If you're total carb counting, 7. And if you're net carb counting, that's what I do, only 2. However, if you want to make 4 servings out of that 8x8 and make, because I'm doing it as a 1 dish, so I've got the big serving of vegetables, because you're going to have, if you do the 6 servings, you still have to make a veggie, right? So I'm going to go 4 servings. I'm going to up it a little bit and include the veggie into my count, which means 4 servings in an 8x8 pan, or 8x8 pan, brings you to 570 calories, which is still under 600 calories in a meal. So that's awesome. And it ups your carb 1 to 3 net carbs. So it's still under on calories, definitely under the 600 mark, which I know a lot of people strive for. So even if you decide to have a bigger serving, you're still good. You're still good. So this is going to cook. When it comes out, I will plate it up and serve it to you, and I'll see you in just a little bit. All right, it is ready and it looks delicious. I will tell you that I started at 20 minutes, but I went to 25 because I wanted a little bit on that golden cheese. But it does look great. I want to show it to you on my plate. Hopefully you guys can see that. So that is this entire serving. That's kind of what a serving looks like on a plate. But you can see there's plenty of chicken, plenty of the broccoli, and then of course all the goodness with the sauce and the cheese. And best of all, it's healthy. Enjoy a low carb, keto, paleo, whole foods, diabetic, healthy living crack chicken casserole. Have a great day, everyone.